The shocking death of Ann Widdecombe. Police have arrested a 28-year-old man in Yorkshire on suspicion of murder, with reports he travelled almost 300 miles to her home on Dartmoor on the day it's believed she was killed. As the investigation continues, we obviously can't speculate on the details of the case, but it's so shocking and tragic, Gloria, isn't it? And I'm sure it has affected a lot of other politicians right now. We don't know the reasonings behind that, but it's making a lot of people feel certainly on edge.
I think it's affected all of us, really. I mean, as a politician, I always loved her because I liked her tenacity, I loved her forthright views, and like Margaret Thatcher, I didn't necessarily always agree with her. But on the other hand, I love somebody who has a point of view, makes it, and is prepared to stand by it. And I think that she really gave great public service, I think, for so many years. And there also was that cheeky side of her as well as it evolved. And I know probably somebody will talk about Strictly Come Dancing, but I think she changed a bit then. Because her hair was different, she wore nicer clothes, she sort of glammed up a bit, and I liked that. However, on the day when she died, I was so sad in the morning when I heard it on the news, but in the afternoon when I heard that she'd been murdered, honestly, my gut just turned over, and I thought to myself, this is almost like hearing like a member of your family or really close friends that this has happened to. So I think it's like really sad. And of course, the mystery goes on and we still don't know the real facts, as you mentioned. But I think she's a big loss generally. And who knows what she would have done with reform had she lived.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think it was really sad to hear that she'd passed away. But like you said, and then I didn't see it on the news initially. And someone messaged me and said, oh, wow, they think at this point, you know, they're treating it as a murder investigation, and it's so shocking. And selfishly, in a way, you then start to feel unsafe yourself or for anyone else that you know, and it was just so scary because you just don't think... For one thing, I thought, well, she must have loads of security. You know, you always think politicians especially, you know, would have security in their house and stuff like that. But, yeah, it was just really sad. I mean, I worked with Anne years and years ago on a programme called Celebrity Fit Club, would you believe? And
were you both?
And well, there was quite a few celebrities and we were giving it our all, and it was 6 weeks of real intense training and diets and all these specialists. And she used to come in on every filming day like a hurricane and go, you're talking rubbish, I'm not doing that, and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end going, well, I didn't lose anyway. And they were like, well, you didn't do anything. Because she didn't believe them. But she just had this kind of strength, you know, for someone so tiny and all of that, she had this strength about her.
She was so forthright, wasn't she?
So forthright.
Really strong.
Yeah, she was a complete force. And she held on to that. You know, a lot of people see that as a negative in lots of ways. She was called various titles over the years. And she went, yeah, so I believe in what I believe in, and spoke up, whether you agreed or disagreed. And it's not always easy to be that kind of a person.
No, not at all. And, you know, but for me, I think she came into my kind of periphery when, as Gloria said, Strictly was when I remember seeing her with Anton just being flung all over the... Yeah. And, you know, I just thought to myself, you go for it. You got more gumption than what I would have to be doing half of the stuff that she did. But, yeah, she was a woman who, as you say, whether you agree with it or not, she was a woman first and foremost, you know, the political side of things, but she was always a forthright, said what she thought, and, you know, sometimes probably... upsetting some people, but that's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But it's really, really sad to see somebody of that age, you know, to see that story come out.
And it is frightening, actually, as Colin says. It's scary to sort of hear the words even.
Yeah,
in your own home.
She was 78, you know, you just think of a woman on her own. It's an incredible story. I couldn't believe it, like you say, when I said this isn't just, she didn't pass away. This
natural causes.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary thing. But like you say, there are so many memories aside from the political stuff. I just remember the Anton pulling her across the dance floor. That was the iconic sort of Strictly moment.
Most of the nation took notice of her and kind of fell in love with her because she gave her all in that, and it didn't matter that she was... She just went for it. And it was brilliant.
But even we saw the funny side then.
So funny,
But then she slipped straight back into the political world and sort of held her own again. I mean, that takes a real strong core,
and it takes commitment as well. Whatever way you think, whether it's a political way or when she's dancing, she committed to it wholeheartedly.
She was definitely committed, that's for sure.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Yeah, an incredible story. And like we say, we can't speculate. None of us know exactly the details right now, but undoubtedly the police are filtering things out. So, yeah, terrible story.